Hello, friends. It is so good to be with you today. Today I have another parable that I'd like to share with you. And this parable also comes from the book of Luke, but it is Luke 15, 3 through 7. And I'm going to read from this lovely children's Bible, but feel free to read along in your own Bible at home. 100 sheep. Have you ever lost something and wondered where it was? Did your pet ever disappear and your whole family search to bring it home safely? Have you ever lost a friend? If any of these things that have happened to you, you can imagine how the shepherd must have felt in this story. 100 sheep. If just a single one were lost, who would notice? Who counted sheep anyway? The man did. The man had a lot of sheep, 100 of them. He counted them every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He kept counting. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. It took a lot of time to count. And one day, when the man counted 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Then he stopped. There were only 99 sheep. He must have made a mistake. He had 100 sheep, not 99. He counted again. There were still only 99. One of his sheep was missing. He was responsible for all the sheep, all 100 of them. Immediately, the man went to look for the sheep. He walked, and he saw nothing. He kept walking. He looked to his left, nothing. He looked to his right, nothing. He walked and he listened, still nothing. And then he heard a sound. It was a bleating sound. He ran towards the sound, and there he saw the lost sheep. He had found her. He was too tired to follow him home. So he lifted the sheep onto his shoulders and carried her home. He was so happy to have all of his sheep together that he invited everyone to celebrate. Some people said, "What's so wonderful? It was only a sheep. You have 99 others." The man smiled. One sheep makes a difference. Without her, something is missing. Now my flock is complete. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So last week when I spoke about the parables, I reminded you guys that parables are stories, and these are stories that Jesus told his disciples with the intention of teaching them how Jesus would like us to live in the world. So as you think about this story and possibly share it with other people, as we move into these yoga postures, I want you to think about why you think Jesus told this story and how we as Christians learn from this story to welcome others, how we can welcome others who are maybe new to our community, new to our neighborhood, new to our lunchroom, new to our class, and how Jesus encourages us to welcome each and every one of us, because none of us are lost. All of us are counted and accepted and loved by God. So today's yoga poses are really going to be poses that would calm your nerves. So if you were feeling nervous or anxious, and the reason why I just chose to go with yoga poses that calm our nerves is I bet that the shepherd in this story was really nervous when he lost that sheep. So just four short postures. The first one is going to be child's pose. So for child's pose, what I want you to do is put your knees as wide as your mat, and your toes are going to be together, and then you're going to sit back on your heels, and then you are going to recline your body forward. Now, child's pose is a very grounding posture. So you can put your hands on the ground, you can put your hands on your fists, put your hands by your legs, but wherever you go, stay grounded in this posture. Feel into the ground. Feel what the ground is supporting. Is it your knees? Is it your forehead? Is it the tops of your feet? And be grateful for the ground that supports you every single day. Child's pose is one of those poses that you could stay in for all day, really. You could stay there for an hour, you could stay there, you could sleep in child's pose. So child's pose is a pose that whenever you're feeling a bit nervous, you can always go into. So the second one is crocodile pose. Now this one is equally as relaxing. So you're going to lay flat on your mat, and you are going to put your arms over top of each other, and then you just rest your head on your arms. So you might notice the difference between this pose and child's pose. Child's pose really works into your hips and your hamstrings, versus this pose you might feel it working into your lower back, because you are kind of doing, like you're reclining your back somewhat. So if this doesn't feel comfortable, you can always go down to your mat, but I encourage you to stay in this pose and be grounded. Our third pose for today is a bit more energizing. So we're going to come onto our back, flip onto our back, and we are going to bend our knees. And this is bridge pose, okay? So we're going to stay on our back for the rest of our stretch right now, and you're going to graze, your fingers basically graze your heels. And then in bridge pose, you can have your hands right here, you can have your hands in robot, you could clasp your hands underneath, but you basically lift your hips up, and you can clasp your hands, as I was saying, and essentially you're getting your heart higher than your head. And this is an energizing pose. It definitely lifts you up, but it also reminds you that you're grounded. You're going to come out of it the same way that you came back in. So our final pose for today is reclined pigeon. And for reclined pigeon, we're going to start on our right side. You're going to take your right foot and basically put it over your left knee, making somewhat of a figure four. And then you're going to lift that left foot off the ground, and you're going to come to whatever degree of stretch is comfortable for you. So you might be like, oh my gosh, this is insane, intense stretch in your hips, then stay there. You might say, you know what, I want to actually bring it in closer. And you can do that. You're going to flex both of your feet back towards your face, and the goal is really to feel a deep, not any pain, a deep stretch in your hamstrings and your hips. And then we're going to do the other side. So, left leg, left foot goes over the right knee, and you can stay here, or you can progress the pose as you see fit. You can even push that left knee so that it becomes more parallel to your mat. But again, don't do anything if it doesn't feel good, or if you feel any pinching sensations. So just a few poses to ground us, to calm us, and poses that are really, really helpful when we're feeling nervous or anxious. So please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to hear the stories of Jesus, to hear these parables and know that they are intended for our lives today, that we as Christians are to learn from them and to use the gifts and skills and teachings from them in our lives today and always. We are grateful that each of us is counted by you, and each of us is cared for by you, just as the sheep were by the shepherd. Amen. Thank you again for joining me, and if you haven't already done so, please check out Rachel's video, which is posted to Facebook. Have a good day, friends. Bye.